What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. I'm going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We got quite a few videos today, but unfortunately a lot of it is about Border Patrol because that's all the news cares about. We'll be starting off with something that's not Border Patrol. It's titled, Google Pays $68 Million for Eavesdropping. Apparently Google's been secretly recording us and they got to pay up $68 million, but they're not paying us. So I don't really see how that's justice. Then we got a video that is titled, Is Social Media Having Its Big Tobacco Moment? They're talking about regulating social media, but I highly doubt that anything's going to actually come of it. Then we got a video that is titled, actually I think we're going to play these back to back. First one's titled, Trump backs Kristi Noem as Homan revamps immigration effort. And it's President Trump talking about the shooting that happened in Minnesota and stuff like that. Then we got a short video titled, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino has been demoted. I don't know if he's actually been demoted, but that's what the soft-ass news is saying, that he's going back to California because he's no longer the Border Patrol commander. Then we got a video that is titled, Border Patrol Involved Shooting in Arivaca. I don't know. I don't know if that's, I'm sure I'm not saying that right. But it's at the border. Sounds like some border crosser was getting tuned up by Border Patrol. They don't have a lot of details, but I'm sure we'll know in the next 24 hours. Then we got our midlife break or funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Colty, and it's titled, The Things We Do for Women. Then getting back into the news, we got a video that is titled, Federal Judge Blocks Deportation of 5-year-old Boy and His Father. This is starting to turn into like another Kilmar Obrego kind of story. You know, that poor father from Maryland. This is starting to become that. Then we got a video that is titled, Senator Angus King of Maine demands transparency about ICE operations in state. This guy's just playing stupid. That's what he's doing. He's playing stupid and pandering to the lefties. Then we got a video titled Jackson, I don't know what this is, woman accused of plotting Trump assassination. So this librarian thought it'd be a good idea to say some stupid shit on TikTok, and now she's getting the consequences of that. And then we have an interesting video. Toddler falls out of moving car in Fullerton. I don't know. They should lock this woman up forever for this stupid shit to happen. Then the last little bit of the news is lefties losing it, but it's not Rita today. So, you know, there is that. But it's titled Absolute Nonsense. CNN's Jake Tapper stays silent as propagandist compares ICE agents to Nazis. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar, sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one is provided by Stowner, and it's titled, When UPS Doesn't Handle with Care. Our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled, Screaming Goats. It's all coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Zero? What's up, Snooks? And what's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Zero, you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat, Zero, and you're omnipresent. What's up, Puffin Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Scrolling. What's up, Magic Moon? What's up, Elder Zoomer? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Hair Juicer, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like button. See if you can get us back on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom to you. And Rita We Trust. Yeah, there's no Rita today, unfortunately. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? What's up, Kelly K? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chops, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Hair Juicer, you are omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, Snowdrift? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with this first video titled, Google Pays $68 Million for Eavesdropping. Dropping those eaves. Now, again, they're not paying us the doll here, so I don't understand how that works. They're recording us, but they're paying somebody else. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Do you ever feel like your phone is listening to you? because this story is definitely not going to help that paranoia. Google just agreed to pay $68 million to settle a lawsuit over claims that its voice assistant was secretly recording people. The lawsuit says some users were even recorded without ever saying a prompt like, "Hey Google," and that those private conversations were then later shared with advertisers. Google says the assistant is only supposed to listen after an activation phase, like I just mentioned, "Hey Google." But users say, no, that was not always the case. So this settlement covers Google device owners who say they were recorded without their knowledge. And it's just another reminder that smart devices are not always off like we think they are. Of course, most of us knew that, but this huge settlement just gives extra confirmation. So if you haven't yet, you may want to disable your voice assistant.
Okay. So we already knew our phones were listening to us, but now Google's being held accountable for it. But again, they're not paying us the doll here, so I don't know how that's justice. Either way, we're going to get right into this next one. Is social media having its big tobacco moment? Now, apparently they're going to be brought to court to talk about how harmful social media is. And we've seen this kind of stuff happen over and over again. Nothing ever seems to come of it. But they're going to play the game again, and we'll see if anything changes. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
I'm Atra El-Nashar in Washington. Big tech companies will be spending a lot of time in court this year. Several landmark cases focused on the alleged harms done to children by social media and their algorithms will soon go to trial. One case kicks off Tuesday in California. For years, powerful big tech companies behind platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube have largely dodged Washington's attempts to regulate them. Their streak of being virtually untouchable could soon be over. In California Tuesday, jury selection beginning in what's considered a landmark case against these social media companies. A 19-year-old woman going by the initials KGM says she became addicted to social media and developed mental health issues. At the last minute, TikTok reaching a settlement with KGM, Snap also settled. It's part of a joint proceeding in which hundreds of kids, teenagers, school districts, state and local governments claiming personal injury allege they designed their social media platforms to foster compulsive use and addiction in minors whose mental and physical health deteriorated. Plaintiffs describe underage social media users experiencing common addiction symptoms, lessening of control, intense cravings to be on the platforms, neglecting other parts of their lives, and even withdrawal. If found liable, the companies could be on the hook for billions of dollars and may be forced to make major changes to their algorithms.
I'm proud of the work that our teams do to improve online child safety on our services and across the entire internet.
As tech companies have done for years in hearings before Congress,
safety is one of the core priorities that defines TikTok under my leadership.
In court, they're denying claims their product is intended to get kids addicted. Tech companies also argue the law is on their side, leaning on the First Amendment and a 1996 law known as Section 230. It gives online platforms some legal immunity from what's posted by others on their site. Because plaintiffs are focusing on conduct of tech companies, not their content, a judge already ruled the First Amendment and Section 230 do not automatically shield platforms from many of the allegations, including claims they don't have effective age verification and that they make it difficult for users to delete their accounts. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
Interesting. Well, we'll see if anything actually comes of it, because it seems like social media always gets special treatment. I mean, even when old man Walter was running the White House, him and Hyena Harris and all that, and they were talking about how bad TikTok was, as soon as it was election time, those hoes went over to TikTok and made accounts and were running promo videos and campaign videos and everything else. So obviously authority has a special place in their heart for social media. Either way, next up, Trump backs Kristi Noem as Homan revamps immigration efforts. And it's going to be a doubly. The second video, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino has been demoted. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about these first two videos. Once again, the first one is Google has been caught secretly recording us, and now they're going to pay $68 million doll hairs in this settlement. And then the second video, social media platforms going to court and maybe getting regulations. The video also mentions Section 230, and as I always tell you guys, Section 230 allows them to control and even remove your content from the platform, even if it is constitutionally protected. So like I said, I highly doubt anything's going to happen with the social media situation, but we'll see. Either way, like I said, we got a doubly coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about those first two videos. Zero, your TV, phone, PC, monitor, tablets, and vehicles are listening. Yep, everything's listening to you. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Elder Zoomer, anyone 18 shouldn't be on the internet. Yeah, I agree. You should have to be 18 to be on social media, for sure. What's up, Pro Gun? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Pro Gun, they hated Bovino. Wait till they experience Homan. Yeah, they're not going to like Tom Homan. He's tough. He's pretty tough. What's up, Daywalker? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? She's 19. She's not a kid. She can't put her device down. She's going to sue fast food for making her overweight. Yeah, that's how it goes, though. You know, like McDonald's getting sued because their coffee is hot. If it wasn't for Section 230, this stuff would have been happening to social media long ago. Just like YouTube taking down our videos and stuff, saying, you know, it's medical misinformation, when in reality they're trying to censor J6 videos. And then the White House came out and admitted that they were the ones telling YouTube to do that. No lawsuits. Nothing. Because they're protected by Section 230. That's why I said this. I highly doubt that anything's going to happen with social media. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom to you. Kelly K, catching up with some news. Some people are saying that Trump fired Bovino and Nome. No, it looks like Bovino got demoted, and Kristi Noem, as of right now, I don't think anything's happened with her. Here, Juicer, what do you mean? Sounds like a backdoor for internet if they put age restrictions. Pro Gun, I'm going to sue the hub for making my hand cramp. That's right. I got carpal tunnel and it's the hub's fault. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we got a doubly, and the first one is President Trump talking about Kristi Noem, talking about the shooting that happened in Minnesota. It's a pretty quick video. And then the second video is Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino. Bovino has supposedly been demoted. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out. This makes Saturdays more fun. Let's get these doublies pulled up. Oh, man. I'll grab the second one too. Come on, GoofTube. Jesus loves us. There we go. Like I said, we got a doubly, and this first one's titled President Trump backs Kristi Noem as Homan revamps immigration effort. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Do you believe that Alex Bundy's death was justified?
Well, you know, we're doing a big investigation. I want to see the investigation. I'm going to be watching over it. I want a very honorable and honest investigation. I have to see it myself.
Is Kristi Noem going to step down?
No. Well, I'm looking at that whole situation. I love everybody. I love all of our people. I love his family. And it's a very sad situation. Yeah, please. I have, yeah. I think she's doing a very good job. I think she's doing a very good job. The border is totally secure. You know, you forget. We had a border that I inherited where millions of people were coming through. Now we have a border where no one is coming through. They come into our country only legally. So you have to remember those things. You know, people forget as soon as you accomplish something, it goes into history, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. You know, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns. You just can't. And you can't, listen, you can't walk in with guns. You can't do that. But it's just a very unfortunate incident.
Okay, President Trump talking about the stuff going on in Minnesota. Well, like I said, we got a doubly, so we're going to get right into this next video. This next one here is titled, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino has been demoted.
I want to get you up to date on some breaking news. Gregory Bovino, the U.S. Border Patrol commander at large, has been demoted amid the fallout from 2 deadly shootings at the hands of federal agents in Minnesota. A source close to the decision to demote Bovino told Fox 2 tonight that Bovino will now return to his former position, enforcing the administration's immigration policy in California, where he was before. Tomorrow, border czar Tom Homan will be in Minnesota to oversee DHS operations in the state, and he's scheduled to meet with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey.
Well, we'll see how this all turns out. Because, yeah, Tom Homan, I think, is a little bit more aggressive than Bovino is. So we'll see how it goes. Either way, next up we have Border Patrol involved shooting in someplace near the border. I don't know what this word is. Aravaca. I don't know if it's Texas or where the hell this is, but it's somewhere near the border. I know that. Either way, Border Patrol had to shoot somebody because they weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's coming up next, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these next 2 videos here. The first one saying President Trump talking about the latest shooting that happened in Minnesota. He also mentions not having guns, and what he's obviously talking about is bringing guns to interfere with federal operations, right, like Alex Preddy did. Now, what's unfortunate is how dumb lefties are. So because President Trump said you're not supposed to have guns, you shouldn't have guns, the lefties are out here saying that conservatives have stop believing in the Second Amendment when it comes to Alex Preddy. Now all of a sudden conservatives are against guns and all this stupid stuff. And they're so brain dead. I hate hearing them talk. Anyways, and then in the second video, Bovino supposedly demoted and will be going back to deal with immigration in California. Like I was saying, next up, Border Patrol involved shooting somewhere near the border. It's coming up next, but first, let's hop in the chat. Zero. I don't know. I don't know if he was actually demoted or not, but they're being rotated. I know that. Pumpkin, the lefties are confused these days. Yeah. They are. They're having a hard time right now. I was telling you guys that the lefties think that there's a civil war going on or whatever, and we have a lot of videos of Antifa making videos and stuff posted on the internet. We have all that stuff on Discord because I can't play it on the live while Twitch and YouTube is watching because their community guidelines are too soft. But there's this guy, I think his name is Kyle, and he's some captain of Antifa, and he was telling them directly to go get guns and go do bad things to law enforcement, ICE, and all of that. Now apparently he's like sort of on the run. I guess they took down all of his financial accounts, like his Venmo and stuff. That stuff's all been pulled down, and now they're waiting to see if all the rest of his social media is being pulled down. He's talking about trying to get donations and stuff to get a lawyer because he dug such a hole telling people to go and do bad things to federal agents. He thought there was going to be no consequences to that, and he's like full-blown Antifa. That's the other thing I don't understand, is Antifa's designated as a terrorist organization. This dude reveals this tattoo he has on his throat of the Antifa logo to authenticate that he's Antifa. Now he's worried about being on the run. He should be worried about being captured because terrorists don't have rights. He won't get a phone call or anything, so I don't know. Either the Trump administration is going to have to actually crack down on Antifa and really treat them like terrorists, or they're going to have to stop calling them terrorists if they're not going to treat them like terrorists. Because when they did it, they said they were going to treat them like ISIS, because there is no difference between Antifa and ISIS as far as how the law views it. But then you still see these people Antifa out here just walking around with us, and that doesn't make sense. So we'll see how it all turns out either way. Zero, you got a whopping $80 in donations. Yeah, they're going to end up getting him. Thank you so much, Elder Zoomer, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. You're badass. Thank you so much for the support. Says, it's my birthday. In lieu of presents, send boobies. Really, Elder Zoomer, it's your birthday? Hold on. Happy birthday to you. I hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Heck yeah, I didn't know that. You should have said something during the Trump rally. Happy birthday to you. Pro Gun, Alex Preddy made a bad decision. Don't make bad decisions. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I had somebody saying, oh, that could have been you, Jeff. That could have been you. You got a concealed carry. No, that couldn't have been me. You know why? Because even if there was a protest going on, even if there was ICE agents, in the area, even if I was walking by the protest, I would not have left the sidewalk to go into the street to start shoving federal agents and shit like that. I would never get in a physical conflict with federal agents, especially while being fucking armed. That could have never been me, because I would have never made those choices. And that's the thing about the whole deal. It's like, yeah, ICE did seem to have disarmed him before shooting him, and that's not great. That's not great. But he wouldn't have been in that situation if he would have never left the sidewalk. Walking out into the street and getting in a physical altercation with Fed boys, that's where he got off the rails. And that's too bad. It's too bad that's how it went. But I think it's really entertaining the way that the lefties are spinning all of this. Elder Zoomer didn't want to interrupt Mr. President. Oh, I understand. What's up, Fresca Bean? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, you need to lay your butt down. Fresca Bean, Benny Johnson said that he's not demoted. I bet he'll be glad to go back to California because Minnesota is exhausting and his family had to be in protection for a month or two now. Yeah. Pumpkin, it's not very smart for a guy to encourage guns to hurt ICE. They will get him and I will laugh. Yep, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The guy's an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with these lefties going out here making videos like that. They're like, oh, I'm going to post on TikTok telling people to do illegal stuff. Why? Like, why? What makes them think that that's okay? Zero, Klaus showed up for work just a bit tardy. He is a little tardy. I didn't drop him on his head, but he acts like it. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom to you. Parabellum, the main difference between Antifa and ISIS is one is domestic and the other is foreign. Constitution still applies for domestic. I thought terrorism took you off the board. You don't have rights if you're a terrorist. I guess that's not the case. What's up, Tanderson? Happy freedom. What's up, BB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mikey? Happy freedom. What's up, Sven? Happy freedom to you. Fresca being my birthday was Sunday the 25th, but we were off that day. Well, happy birthday to you, Fresca Bean. I hope over the weekend you had a fantastic birthday. I hope you got everything you wanted out of it, and I hope it kicked ass. Pumpkin Klaus can be late. He is a friend of the boss. He's the boss. I'm just the friend. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, next up we got Border Patrol involved shooting somewhere near the border. I don't know how to say this city's name, or it's a county. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's something unpronounceable, which makes me think it's in Texas, because there's a lot of places in Texas. I can't say that shit out loud without my furniture floating around the house. Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
And we begin with breaking news. Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. 2 officer-involved shootings took place in southern Arizona overnight. We're first bringing you team coverage this afternoon on one involving a U.S. Border Patrol agent in Arivaca earlier this morning. News 4 Tucson's Jacob Owens is at the Pima County Sheriff's Complex on the south side, where a press conference is about to get underway with Sheriff Chris Nanos. But first, let's get to News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia, who's been following this story all morning. She is live at the scene with the latest. Monica, what can you tell us?
Okay, so this is the scene behind me where all of this started around 7 o'clock this morning, Sean. So that's when we learn that some sort of shooting takes place. As we investigate more, we figure out that it involved a Border Patrol agent who had apparently shot an individual, a person. We don't know if it's a male, female. We don't know if it's an undocumented immigrant. All we know is that it took place right behind me. So this is a desert area here in Arivaca. So we're about 10 miles or so north of the border. Behind me, about a mile that way, in a rugged desert rural area, this is where that shooting took place. We're told this is as close as we can get. And earlier today, there was all sorts of different law enforcement vehicles. Right now, you just see Pima County Sheriff's Department vehicles, and you also see some vehicles that belong to different law enforcement agencies out here as well. We're told this is as far as we can go because the only access out there is through a rugged terrain vehicle. So that's where that situation, that investigation has been unfolding throughout the day for the past, since 7 o'clock this morning. Okay, we haven't gotten an update since then. All right. So the only update is that a person has been shot. They were taken out of here by a helicopter and they're currently in critical condition. We did speak to people who had been passing by throughout the day. One was a rancher who says he's been here for 20 years and he is used to seeing undocumented immigrants walking in this area. We're going to hear from him in just a second. And then we spoke to a humanitarian aid volunteer who also says that she is concerned about the undocumented immigrants that do pass through this area. Take a listen to both.
It'd be upsetting to see somebody out there dead. But if you're doing something illegal and you don't comply with the law enforcement, you have a right to shoot him. That's my outlook.
And I think from like a really human standpoint, a lot of us can agree, like all politics and policy and whatever aside, that like humans deserve a right to like live a free and safe life with dignity and like respect for one another.
Okay, so as you just saw, very mixed reactions to the situation that's been unfolding out here since this morning. Of course, my colleague Jacob is standing by at the Pima County Sheriff's Office, waiting to see if there's an update. At this moment, right now, at the top of the 4 o'clock, that person is in critical condition. We do not know if they're undocumented. We don't know their identity. But Sean, I'm sure you guys are going to learn more information from that press conference with Jacob in just a bit. In the meantime, we are live in Arivaca from the scene of the shooting. I'm Monica Garcia. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Monica. As you mentioned, we are waiting for Sheriff Chris Nanos to take the podium. As soon as he does, we will...
All right. I guess it's our vodka. Y'all been drinking our vodka out there in Arizona, huh? Anyways, not a lot of details. They're saying Border Patrol was involved in a shooting and the suspect is in critical condition. They don't know what country that person belongs to, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. And if it's a U.S. citizen, maybe the protesters go down there to Arizona and do the thing down there, I guess. Either way, we got our midlife break coming up next. It's our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Colty, and it's titled The Things We Do for Women. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this Border Patrol involved shooting that happened in Arizona. What's up, Cass? Happy Freedom. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy Freedom to you. Yeah, Pro-Gun. Klaus Daniels got his fancy fees right before we started the live. That's the thing about President Trump being late, is it pushes everything back. And I spend the first 2/3 of the day not doing human stuff. So like making food and getting errands ran and using the bathroom and taking a shower. That stuff gets pushed to the end of the day. And when President Trump burns all my work time, then doing coffee with hooligans eats up all my, it's not free time, but the time to do my human stuff. And so that's why we're a little bit late, because President Trump made us super late today. Hair juicer, we're ramping up at work. Tariffs are screwing our competition. One dealer said that they'd order 100 trucks if we can deliver. Boss said this is gonna twist the knife. We got the cat's heart. That's awesome. That's awesome, hair juicer. I'm glad things are going well. Meta, you haven't seen the shooting yet? Yeah, you should watch the video that we covered on Saturday because we broke it all down. I don't know, and it's so frustrating because I still see all these people just say things that are wrong. They're just wrong. There's so many people wrong about what happened in Minnesota, and we broke it down, and it's like, I just wish more people would watch the damn video. Meta, you're human? Unfortunately. I wish I didn't have to sleep. Then I'd have enough time for everything. Alright, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, we're getting into our midlife break here. This one was provided by Colty. And it's titled, The Things We Do for Women.
Hey dude, I need to park there. What are you doing, man? Come on.
I'm just saving a spot for my wife. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. What is this guy doing?
Nice. You'd never see it the other way around, though. Either way, get into the news once again. Federal judge blocks deportation of 5-year-old boy and his father. And this could be another doubly. The second video, Senator Angus King of Maine demands transparency about ICE operations in his state. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get these videos pulled up real quick.
A federal judge.
And like I said, this whole situation with this 5-year-old boy, this is turning into another like poor father from Maryland story. Sensationalizing what's happening. Either way, we're going to get started with this first video. Like I said, federal judge blocks deportation of 5-year-old boy and his father. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
A federal judge has blocked the possible deportation of a 5-year-old boy and his father detained in Texas, at least for now. Liam Ramos was taken away from his family's suburban Minneapolis driveway last week after federal agents detained his father. The Department of Homeland Security claimed agents took the boy with them after the father said he wanted Liam to stay with him. The family's lawyer and school say ICE used the boy as bait.
Okay, quick video there. Now we're going to get into the second one. Like I said, Senator Angus King of Maine demands transparency about ICE operations in his state.
This entire operation is based on the premise, and I'll read it from their press release, in immigration enforcement effort across the state of Maine targeting the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens. That's the mission, the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens. Well, as evidence of what they're doing here in Maine, yesterday they released pictures of 4 people that had been arrested. 2 have been convicted. 1 is charged with, but apparently not convicted, and 1 was convicted of operating under the influence. They also told us on Monday they've arrested 50 people. One of my questions is, who are the other 46? And what were they either charged with or convicted of that constitutes the worst of the worst? ICE owes us some information. They've said that there are 1,400 targets in Maine. We'd like to know the nature of those targets. What crimes are they charged with?
I'm so sick of the Democrats playing stupid. Especially when it's like senators. Like, they understand how the law works, and then they just go out on TV and pretend that they don't. They don't understand shit. Next up, we got a woman from Jackson accused of plotting Trump assassination. This buffalo of a woman thought it'd be a good idea to make TikTok videos threatening President Trump, but not just threatening President Trump, but like trying to recruit people and make plans and all kinds of other stuff. Now she's in big trouble, and she's really, really sorry. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you will think about these first two videos. Once again, the first one, talking about the 5-year-old boy. Now, when that story first came out, Blue News was telling everybody that ICE kidnapped this kid. That ICE went and detained a 5-year-old, and they're a bunch of frozen meanies because of it. Then we all found out that that's not the case at all. There was an illegal with his, supposedly the child belongs to him. But when he saw that ICE was getting ready to approach him, he fled and he abandoned the child. And so then the ICE agents stuck with the child and got him McDonald's and everything else. They tried to get him back with his mom, but mom didn't want him either. Eventually, they apprehended the illegal, and the illegal and his 5-year-old son went to a detention center. But now a judge is blocking them from being deported. And like I said, it started to become like Kilmar Abrego Garcia, right? He was a poor father from Maryland who was wrongfully sent to CCOT in El Salvador, and he'd never come back. But then he came back, and it's only because he was going to be tried for human trafficking. But then they let him out, and then they sent him back to Maryland, and now he's at home with his family and kids like none of this shit ever happened. And they're talking about him suing the federal government for being deported wrongfully, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. And that's what this sounds like it's about to get into. And then once again, the second video there, Senator playing dumb like he doesn't understand, like being in the country illegally will get you picked up by ICE. Now, of course, he's doing this because he's pandering to the left. Either way, like I said, this woman accused of plotting a Trump assassination is coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about those two videos. Zero DNA test will prove that he's the dad. Yeah, if they decide to do that. They let so many people come into the country illegally with kids that didn't belong to them, and they sedated the kids. That way they wouldn't be questioned. That's how they got all these kids in here. So it makes me wonder, when they say these illegals got kids, I don't even think the kids belong to them. It's like they obtained them from the cartel in a lot of situations. We won't know unless they go look. Hair juicer Angus King is too cool of a name for that stupid softie. That's what I think too. It's made of soy sauce. Elder Zoomer Lib's gonna lie, nothing new. It's true. That is true. Pumpkin Biden did a number on us with the open border. Yup. And then the lefties want to stand in the way of it. They're like, no, don't take the illegals out of here. Who's gonna vote blue? Pro-gun looked to me like Preddy's crappy gun went off and a split-second decision was made. Case closed. Well, the officer actually disarmed him. The officer takes 2 or 3 steps away from him, and then the rest of them open fire on him while he's unarmed. But if he'd have never stepped off the sidewalk, if he'd have never approached the Fed boys, none of that stuff would have even happened. Matt, are you confused? What are you confused about? Parabellum, maybe, just maybe, the crime they're guilty of is being here illegally. What a novel concept. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. He's like, well, how terrible are they? Well, they came here illegally. That's enough. That's enough. They don't have to kill anybody. They don't have to kidnap anybody. They don't have to hurt any kids. They don't have to rob any stores. Just being here illegally means they're going to get picked up. Senators out here like, why did they get picked up by ICE? They were just here illegally. I'm like, It's real stupid. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, woman accused of plotting Trump assassination. What an idiot. What an idiot. Come on now, pull this woman up so we can all point and laugh. Alright, like I said, silly woman accused of plotting Trump assassination. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
And we begin on a Monday with new information in the assassination plot of President Trump based in Jackson County, West Virginia. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Amanda Barron.
And I'm Marilyn McAuliffe. 13 News reporter Sarah Davis joins us now from outside the Jackson County Courthouse. Sarah, this all started on TikTok. What can you tell us?
A Ripley librarian was arrested over the weekend on terroristic threat charges after she allegedly led a social media scheme to make plans and then recruit others to assassinate United States President Donald Trump. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says 39-year-old Morgan Morrow was arrested Sunday after an investigation found statements made on the internet linked to her, suggesting a plot to assassinate Trump. That TikTok post included the phrase, quote, "Surely a sniper with a terminal illness can't be a big ask out of 343 million. Sheriff Ross Mellinger says threatening comments of that nature were found on multiple online platforms. He says social media only amplifies this type of intolerable violence.
When you saddle up on the horse of stupidity, you have to be prepared for the ride that follows, and that's kind of where we're at with it. It clearly crossed the line, and we're just trying to do our part and making sure that it's not acted upon, and there's no one that's following her footsteps to try to carry out the plan.
According to a criminal complaint, Morrow, who was a librarian at the Jackson County Public Library, did admit to posting the statement and intending to threaten Trump, but said she wasn't planning to personally carry out anything. Morrow was formally charged with the felony of making terroristic threats and transported to South Central Regional Jail. Her bond has been set at $75,000. The Jackson County Public Library did issue a statement following the arrest saying, quote, "The views expressed are made in an individual capacity and do not represent the position of the organization. We are addressing the matter eternally in accordance to our established policies and procedures." Reporting in Jackson County, Sarah Davis, 13 News.
Okay. Like I said, what an idiot. What an idiot. I don't know. What I think happens is I think the Democrats really believe that you have freedom of speech on the internet. I don't know why people think that stuff. You don't. If you've ever used Facebook, which most people have, then you know you don't have the right to free speech on social media. You don't. And it's because of Section 230. Our constitutional rights don't move over to the internet, unfortunately. We need a digital Bill of Rights in order for that to happen, which Trump at one point in time said that he was going to make that happen, but he only said it once. And I've never heard him say it again. I think it might be too complicated to enforce because they would have to bring all of our rights over to the internet. But either way, somebody's telling these idiots that they have the right to free speech and that means they can threaten people. Your free speech does not include threatening people. Not at all. But they do it all the damn time, and it's really bad on X too. You see a lot of lefties just openly saying to do bad things. Go out here and get guns and do bad things to cops and Fed boys and people at the White House and stuff like that. And it's like, why would you even say that? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Bunch of idiots doing dumb stuff. Either way, next up we got toddler falls out of a moving car in Fullerton. I hope they lock this woman away forever, because she's an idiot. It's unbelievable what happened. She's so stupid. But either way, before we get into that, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you will think about this video. Once again, idiot librarian was plotting to do bad things to President Trump on TikTok. She's being charged with making terroristic threats. What an idiot. Like I said, hopping in the chat. Hair juicer, who is that? Oh, interesting. I've never heard of them before. Send me a link to that, Hair Juicer, and I'll check them out. Zero fatty alert. It's a whole buffalo. She's mad at Trump. Trump did it. Trump made her fat. Yeah, pro gun. And I wonder the same thing. Like that first pop, did the suspect pull the trigger? Did it happen when the agent disarmed him? Did it happen in the agent's hands? You know, when the agent was walking away, did it just randomly go off? Now that we have a couple guns that have faulty parts inside causing them to do that. I think SIG is one of them. And that seems to be the only thing to clear up. But you know, it all comes back to, if that guy would have never stepped into the street and, you know, tussled with the Fed boys, he'd still be alive today. Elder Zoomer, she's not getting out of that. No, she posted the evidence right on the internet. What an idiot. Pumpkin, she's a domestic terrorist now. Yep. Magic Moon, probably all the senators complaining are also employing illegals. I wouldn't be surprised. We covered a story, I think it was in Texas. The guy was like a judge or something like that, and he had a group. I think at first he had just one illegal, but I think eventually he had a couple illegals staying with him. But the first one that was staying with him, he let him borrow guns and go out there and shoot guns and drive the truck and all this other stuff. And he knew that they were illegal, and instead of doing something about it as a judge, he gave them a place to stay, he let them hang out. He's basically harboring these people. And I don't even know if we even got a follow-up on that, if there was any consequences. A lot of these judges and stuff, they're immune to consequences when it comes to them committing federal crimes, right? Dealing with these illegals and stuff, hiding them and all of that. It's no good. I don't know why people want illegals here so bad. Like, you must have it really, really good if you're just trying to adopt another grown-ass man and his family members. Like, you must be doing bad-ass, because I can't hardly, take care of my cat. Because life is so fucking expensive, and I can't hardly feed the damn Klaus, let alone take in some guy from somewhere and then his 3 kids and his wife supposedly and all this. You give him a place to stay and give him extra money and buy them bullshit. You must be doing good. You got time to be doing that shit. Pro gun, I think the crappy gun discharged accidentally while in the agent's hands, spooking the other agents who didn't know where the firearm was in the confusion. Pro gun, that's exactly what I think too. That's exactly what I think happened. Elder Zoomer, it's free speech. All I did was say put the money in the bag. Mm-hmm. Daywalker, I think when the agent walks away with the gun, you can see the slide cycle as if fired, accidentally discharged by a faulty gun. Yeah, Daywalker, I think we're all on the same page here. Guess who? She wasn't going to run fast. Nah. I don't know if she could run. Her poor ankles. What's up, Slide Dog? Happy Freedom? Parabellum, first gunshot was probably negligent discharge. He was armed with a SIG P320, notorious for firing on its own. Is that the one where if you squeeze like the bottom, like the slide in the bottom of the front of the pistol at the same time, it'll make a round go off? I've seen a couple of videos where people were talking about that. I don't have any SIGs. I definitely don't have that one. What's up, Woke? Happy Freedom? Cheeseburger intensifies. Yes. Guess who? She was robbing a McDonald's for calories. And they put limitations on her and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Watchmen, don't buy shit guns, boys and girls. It's true. Yeah, buying guns is really weird because if you ever have to use it, even if you do it legitimately, you get found innocent and all that, a lot of times you don't get it back. So it's like you want to spend enough money to where it'll protect your life and be reliable, but you don't want to spend so much money that it's going to break your heart when they take it away from you after, if you have to defend your life and all of that. And so like when I was in my concealed carry class, that's what they were saying. They were like, if you're going to buy a really, really nice gun, buy a cheap gun of the same version. And that way you can take your really nice gun out to the range, like if it's a 40 cal or whatever it is, and get proficient with it. But then when you do your everyday carry, bring out the cheaper version. That way if you have to defend your life and the law enforcement takes it and all that shit, at least after you're done, you're innocent and all that stuff, you don't have to worry about them never giving you your gun back because you got the nice one at the house. And I'm like, I guess it shouldn't be like that. Shall not be infringed. Shouldn't come with all this asterisks next to it. Pumpkin wasn't even a pretty gun. I don't know. I don't even know what it was. I mean, I guess it was a SIG, but when I saw it, I didn't even recognize it. Here, Juicer, the guy you're talking about, I'm gonna look into it after the live. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, this next story is kind of terrible. No, it's not kind of, it just is terrible. Toddler falls out of a moving car in Fulton because this woman's an idiot and not a good mom. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's been in need of a kidney transplant, and thankfully he's got a date scheduled for surgery, so we're all praying that that goes smoothly. He's been in and out of the hospital, and he's had a lot going on. So I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his story, details, links, and he even made a GoFundMe. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. And like I said, get this video pulled up of world's worst mom of the day. Come on. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Our top story here tonight at 5, that heart-stopping video out of Fullerton. A child ejected from a moving car in a busy intersection. Tonight, his mother is charged with child abuse. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Michael. Officials say that child is okay, but here's another look at that video. You can see the 19-month-old boy falling out of that white car, with a white car pulling up right behind him. And it's at that point his mother comes around and scoops him up off the street. Tonight, police say she's responsible for this.
NBC4's Keenan Willard live in Fullerton with the message we're hearing tonight from police. Keenan.
Colleen, calling this video terrifying, but that the situation was ultimately preventable. They tell me here in Fullerton that this video should really serve as a wake-up call for all families with young children. Video from a witness sent to Fullerton PD investigators shows the scene here last Tuesday. A black SUV turning from Euclid Street onto Malvern Avenue.
The black SUV makes a left-hand turn and a small child falls out of the vehicle.
The video shows a 19-month-old boy fall face down from the front passenger door into the street. The car behind stopping just feet away from the child. A woman can be seen grabbing the boy and heading towards the driver's side of the car. Police today identifying her as the boy's mother.
We located the mother and child. They were people that lived in the city of La Habra.
Fullerton PD says the boy was taken to a hospital for his injuries and is expected to fully recover. The mother, 35-year-old Jacqueline Hernandez, was arrested and charged with felony child abuse. Police telling us this incident could have ended up much worse, and the video sends a strong message about car safety for kids.
I think it's a concern for anybody. The shock factor of the video, it hopefully just helps people realize, hey, if I have kids, I need to make sure that they're buckled in the appropriate seat.
Now, we did speak with the grandmother of the boy who came out in that video. She did not want to come out on camera, but she did say that her daughter, Jacqueline Hernandez, is still in jail as of this afternoon, expected to make her first appearance in court tomorrow. In Fullerton, Keenan Willard, NBC4 News.
All right, Keenan, thank you. We are learning much more about the pregnant woman who was killed in a...
Okay. Like I said, awful mother there. I wonder if anyone called the police or if somebody saw the camera footage and that's how it all happened, because they don't really describe that. They just show this, you know, this video playing. They don't really say who said what to get her in trouble. But what an idiot. Like, your kid don't just accidentally fall out of the car, and with it being 19 months old, which is like a year and 7 months or something like that, the kid should have been in a car seat, which means that the kid shouldn't have had access to even be able to fall out of the vehicle. Now, I don't know what the laws are over there, but I know over here in Michigan, you are in big fucking trouble if you get pulled over and your kid's not in a car seat. And it's like up to, your kid has to be like 4 feet tall or weigh like 100 pounds or some shit like that before they're allowed to legally not ride in a car seat. Now, your kids could be like 4 years old before they're not able to be in a car seat anymore. Otherwise, you're breaking the law. This douchebag, her kid's just doing somersaults out of the vehicle. So obviously she didn't do what you need to do. Anybody who's dealt with a car seat knows it's not an easy task. It's not something you just do. Kids want to squirm and do all this goofy shit, and then you got to buckle between their legs, but then they want to put their hands there, and you don't want to pinch their fingers and all this other shit. It's such a pain in the ass to put them in the car seat. So you know whether you did it or not. You know it's a pain in the ass. You either did it or you didn't. right? So it's like, nah, I hope they throw the whole jail at her, because she's a piece of shit. There's no excuse for that. There's just no excuse for that. She's lucky the baby's still alive. Now, either way, this disgusting situation involving a mother who didn't properly strap her child in. It's like I said, 19-month-old child falls out of the vehicle while they were making a turn. The mother picks up the child and continues on their way. It's just another day for her. The child, thankfully, is expected to recover. They didn't say anything about the father. Dad must not be around. Mom must need a new wiener and some child support. So, you know, it is what it is. Either way, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It is lefties losing it, but like I said, it's not Rita today. It's whatever that other woman's name is. But either way, absolute nonsense. CNN's Jake Tapper stays silent as propagandist compares ICE to Nazis. Very, very nice. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think of this douchebag of a mother. Zero illegal or not illegal? Yeah, that's a good question. It's hard to say. Snark, she didn't care enough. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. Pro gun. Dad probably went out for Newports and never came back. I keep telling Klaus he better act right, or else I'll go get the milk. I'm leaving to go get the milk. You be on your own, buddy. Fresca Bean, did she not take the kid to the hospital until she was caught? They're very unclear about that. I had a nephew fall out while trying to get him in a stopped car. She got help to make sure he's okay. Yeah, no, they don't really describe it. They say that eventually the child went to the hospital, but it could have been after she got in trouble. Pro gun, they're supposed to be in a rear-facing car seat in the back seat. Yep, absolutely. Pumpkin, poor baby. Yeah. And it takes quite the tumble out of the car. There's so many different ways that the kid could have been messed up. Like, it's really lucky that the child's okay. Because just falling out of the car could have been that. That could have been it for the kid. You know, and then you see how close the car was behind it, because people drive too fast and they drive too close to each other. And it's like, so lucky. So lucky. Meta, the white car behind, stopped and called the PD. Well, it's lucky that somebody did, because you ain't getting that lucky twice. Meta, God protected that baby. I was shocked to see this happen. Stupid people. Yeah, absolutely. Kelly K, yeah, I got to be mindful of what I say unless it's Saturday, because community guidelines on YouTube and Twitch. On Saturday, we don't go live on Twitch and YouTube, so we can speak a little bit more freely. Elder Zoomer, hope CPS is involved. Well, hopefully grandma's going to take the kid, because otherwise the kid's going to a foster system, because mom's facing felonies. Mom's not getting out. Like, I mean, unless their court system is soft, which it could be. Court systems are usually really lenient on moms versus dads. I don't know why that is, but it is. So hopefully that's not what's going to happen. I've heard so many situations locally that if that was to happen here, she probably wouldn't get jail time, just because they would say that the child needs a place to go. I've seen women commit crazy crimes here and get off the hook just because there's no one else to give the baby to, and they don't want the baby to go into foster care. There was a woman I used to work with that was drunk driving and hit a guy so hard that it dismembered his body when he hit the ground. Did no time in jail. She got house arrest, and then after that she got like 7 years of probation or something like that, but she did no jail time. I'm sure she had crazy fines or whatever, but because they didn't want her 17 kids or how many ever children she pushed out, they didn't want them to go into foster care. So it was better to keep her on the streets than to send her to jail. And I'm like, where's dad? Oh, I bet dad went to jail. Probably went to jail for unpaid child support. The court system's fucked up, man. It's so bad. The justice system alone is messed up because it ain't about justice. It's about money. It's all bad. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we got lefties losing it. And unfortunately, it's not Rita. So we're not going to play what color is she wearing, because I don't know this woman's name. Come on now, you gonna YouTube, I hate your new fucking user interface. I hate the fuck out of it. Anyways, we'll just go ahead and get into this. Like I said, it is Lefties Losing It. It's titled Absolute Nonsense. CNN's Jake Tapper stays silent as propagandists compare ICE agents to Nazis. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
The lefties are losing it, and CNN continues to be the home base for all sorts of wild and wacky characters who go on the network and spew absolute nonsense. This lefty has gone as far as to imply that ICE agents will soon start to put people in ovens.
I understand that, but they take people to Fort Snelling here, which literally was built as a concentration camp, and Alligator Alcatraz, which I think we can all agree is a concentration camp. Not saying they're Dachau, I'm not saying they're putting people in ovens yet, but these are concentration camps.
Okay.
I don't need to argue with you about that.
Yeah, another CNN propagandist, this time with a pink beanie on, of course, talking crap. And obviously ICE agents are not going all Hannibal Lecter. They're not cooking, baking and marinating people in ovens when they're actually busy doing an important job, believe it or not. And Jake Tapper, I'll note, just sits there and takes it. I mean, it's just crazy nonsense. Now, speaking of, Hollywood's having a complete freak out. These precious elites, actresses Natalie Portman and Olivia Wilde, think they're just so cool wearing their ice out pins. Silent, though, on Iran. No mention on Iran. And here is actress and serial bonkers woman, Glenn Close.
Outraged and sickened by what is happening under the Trump regime. The cruelty, inhumanity, and arrogance, the voracious corruption, the cowardice, the sickening hypocrisy, the blatant manipulation of facts, and now the cold-blooded murder of American citizens.
Yeah, what about the rapes, the drugs, the cartels, the illegals? No, not sickened by all that. And the same facts seem to have also evaded the brain of actress Jenna Ortega.
Absolutely devastating, and I'm horrified. I'm really encouraged by the spirit of the American people and the people who feel the need to say something, but the lack of any real resolution or kind of reprimanding against the officers is incredibly frightening and disappointing to see from our government.
Right. And remember alleged singer Moby? No, he's barely memorable, is he? And there's a reason for it.
What are we going to do about it? One, protest. It's a constitutionally established right, and it's a right that Trump and his administration are trying to take away from us. So whether it's protesting on the streets, whether it's protesting on social media, protesting at work, however, we need to keep protesting. Two, vote. Not just in the upcoming midterms, although that's very important, but in all of the special elections that happen throughout the year. Three, stop supporting the scumbag corporations who support Trump and ICE.
Right, and even British actor Will Poulter weighed in, not quite grasping the concept of illegal versus legal migration.
It's really upsetting to see people forget that we're a country that we have immigrants to thank for, and I feel the same way about my home country in the UK.
It's quite comical when you think about the migrant crisis in Britain, but there's not a lot going on when it comes to the elite. Now, speaking of stupid, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara has insinuated that the outrage over the ICE shooting is really based on feels.
Greater issue is, even if there is an investigation that ultimately proves that at the time of the shooting it was legally justified, I don't think that even matters at this point, because there is so much outrage and concern around what is happening in the city.
I mean, he said the quiet part out loud. It's all about feels and vibes. And now to delivery nurse Lexi Lawler, who lost her job after she posted a foul-mouthed tirade on social media where she wished White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt severe medical complications during childbirth. They're really lovely, these lefties, aren't they? And, well, now she's absolutely and completely lost the plot.
So they just murdered a man in Minnesota. They murdered a man in Minnesota, and you coming after me because I use bad language? You, I'm on the right side of this. You.
Just another example of a tolerant white liberal woman. They're always so lovely, aren't they? Now, the hard party lifestyle of the 70s and 80s is really showing up in the brain of former Pink Floyd frontman Roger Waters. Here he was a few weeks ago backing, would you believe, the oppressive Iranian regime.
So just to be clear, you support the protesters and you support the regime?
Yes, of course.
Right.
I would love regimes where people could protest, like the good woman who was just murdered in Minneapolis, and the government could govern for the benefit of the people. I live in the United States, where the government does not govern for the benefit of the people.
And showing why he's really and truly lost his marbles, Roger Waters has backtracked.
I misspoke. I apologise. I said I support the regime. What I support is the country of Iran, and I support its people's right to self-determination. So anything that can be done to dissuade the United States and Israel from starting a war with Iran, I would encourage. Do I like the Ayatollah Khomeini, whatever his name is? No, I don't.
Yes, simple, a very easy mistake to make right. He meant the country, not the regime. All totally normal, all totally normal. Roger has clearly become comfortably dumb. And now to the lefties of Oz. Have a listen to this illiterate hack right in this country in Australia who pulls up on his bike and was having a tantrum at a family waving the Australian flag on Australia Day.
Citizen arrest. Okay, why do you kill yourself, mate?
What do you say?
Why don't you? Yeah. I hope the white genocide does happen because you guys are. Yeah. That's all. The flag. Genocidal country. 2025, 2024, the highest years for Aboriginal deaths in custody, and you just stand there like a nobody, waving around your flag.
What an absolute delight. A real national treasure right there. Please make sure that we keep him in this country. And it doesn't help when our own Prime Minister makes a mockery of himself. Here he is looking like he's quite literally diving headfirst into an Aboriginal smoking ceremony. He just can't help himself, can he? And I wonder how much taxpayers were charged for that. And then there's the ever unhinged anti-Australian complete wacko, so-called influencer Abby Chatfield, who actually unfollows friends on social media when they celebrate Australia Day. But this might be her brightest idea yet. She now wants us to pay random Aboriginals reparations.
Paying the rent, right? If you want to pay the rent, if you want to contribute today on Invasion Day, go to paytherent.net.au, I believe it is, and you can pay the rent as reparations for us living on Aboriginal land.
I think many of us pay enough for rent already, but thank you for your concern, Abby. Joining me now is Sky News contributor Kosha Garda.
Okay, that is lefties losing their marbles there. And that does wrap up the news. Like I said, we are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Got some new hot sauce to open up. And then we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled When UPS Doesn't Handle with Care. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled Screaming Goats. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. What's up, Guessam? Happy freedom to you. What is that woman's name? Who's the fill-in for Rita? Do any of you guys know her name? What's up, James? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. Elder Zoomer, these lefties must not have too many marbles to lose at this point, right? They got to be running out by now. I mean, you would think so. What's up, Plastic Whack? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, he is guilty of stupidity. There's a lot of people guilty of that. Meta, don't like this chick. Where's Rita? I want Rita. I wonder what this woman's name is. It's a Blade. Happy freedom to you. Guess anyone on Rumble, tell Cassandra I love her. Only one platform. And Pumpkin, you guys are getting all the love over on Rumble from Get Some. Watchmen, they're trying to dumb us down to steal our marbles. You're right. I feel like that's what happens is lefties get all, they ruin their brains on drugs and gay stuff and whatever. And then we have to create laws because the lefties are too stupid to take care of themselves or use anything correctly. And then all of us have to follow the laws that are created because of the stupid choices that lefties make. Like eating Tide Pods. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. I know that. Feck Brank. Is that who that was? Guess him? I was wondering. Meta, you're a hardcore Pink Floyd fan. There's a lot of people that like Pink Floyd here. There's a cover band here, and I can't think of what it's called right off the top of my head. But they do Pink Floyd songs, and they put on a laser light show. And I've gone to it twice, and it's pretty neat. It's fun to go to. I can't remember what it's called, though. A lot of people here like Pink Floyd. Plasquack Tide Pods are yummy, says the libtard. Yep, you're right. Puffin stuff. Omar sprayed with a substance at town hall. Suspect tackled and arrested. Interesting. Maybe we'll be able to get that for tomorrow's Coffee with Hooligans. Guess I'm gonna start a cover band and name it George Floyd. Oh no. It's gonna be really popular, I can tell. Well, sounds good, Cass. I appreciate you. Progun, I think someone threw goat piss on Omar. She might have liked it. You never know. She might be into that. They probably staged it. I bet they staged it. Just knowing how the Democrats are, they're like, hey, I'm going to send you some of this Somali daycare money. You just need to come around the corner and whip this goat piss on me. I'm like, okay. All right. Zero, Omar acted like she was going to go after the dude. See, it sounds all staged to me. Enter user, Omar set that up. Watch. We are all on the same page here. Elder Zoomer, Jesse Smollett 2.0. I'm saying. Plasquack, the laser, what is it? Laserium, the Pink Floyd laser show. Shroomies are a must. Yeah, the first time I went and saw that Pink Floyd cover band, I can't remember what the hell it's called. It's called The Colors of something. I can't remember. But the first time I went, I was all messed up on that, and I was scared. I was scared. I was too messed up before I walked in the door. I was scared. But the second time I went, and I was sober, and it was fine. It was just fine. Pro Gun is definitely staged. Yeah, we'll get it for tomorrow's live. Here, Jeezer, Dark Side of the Something. I was not impressed. Left halfway through. I don't know. The one I'm talking about, they play Wizard of Oz through the entire show, but it's muted. It's in the background. I'll have to look it up. I don't think it's the same one that you guys are talking about. Because the one I'm talking about, I don't think they leave Michigan. I don't even think they play all over Michigan. I think it's only in West Michigan. Because they're not real big. It's not like a huge band. They don't have a lot of doll hair, as you can tell. But it was a lot of fun to go. Pumpkin and Omar didn't melt? No, she probably got turned on. She was about that stuff. up, Andrew? Happy freedom. Alright, hooligans, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's drawer of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, When UPS Doesn't Handle with Care. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled, Screaming Goats. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what hot sauce we're cracking today. I'm ready for it. I took a shot of hot sauce earlier just for funsies. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. What will it be today? Ooh. Let's see what we got. There we go. Today it is bacon cayenne. Last time I think it was cayenne and something else. This is bacon cayenne. This muscle memory right here. Yeah, switch hands. I'm gonna have carpal tunnel on both hands. Anyways, like I said, some of that bacon cayenne. Yeah. Let's see how hot it is. You guys think it's hotter than Snooks? Is that a thing? Come on, come on. Trying to open it up. I use my strong hand. Whatever. Good enough. Good enough. Cayenne bacon. It just smells like cayenne. I don't know if I would like it if it smelled like bacon, I guess. It's got a little smokiness to it. That's probably all they did. They probably just added some smoky flavoring. And they're like, oh, that's bacon. We're going to find out. I smelled it too many times and now my left eye wants to water. Okay. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit here. Here you go. Cheers, hooligans. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's so smoky. It's like they were going for Diable sauce. It's too fucking hot. They put too much cayenne in it. It's too hot. You ever put too much pepper on something? That's exactly what it tastes like. Oh. Oh, Klaus Daniels is hot. It's hot, buddy. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My tongue isn't working. Oh, I'm glad I don't get a girlfriend. Oh, because my tongue isn't working. It's like I'm trying to talk without my tongue. I never kill nobody again. Oh. Anyways, let's get into some funny videos. Thank you, Tori Wayne. My mouth is on fire. Come on, come on. This first one's by Stoner. I sound like I got Down syndrome. I just... Fuck. That's okay. That's okay. You guys already knew that about me. Like I said, this first one's by Stoner. Shit, I can't read or talk or anything else. Who? When UPS doesn't handle with care. Need to respect that Tannerite. Oh, getting into our official funny video of the day as fast as I can. I don't taste any bacon. It's just smoky and hot. It's like I licked a hot coal. Oh. All right, this is our official funny video of the day. This was provided by Colty and it's titled Screaming Goats.
Let's say that goats are scared of dinosaurs. Let's see who's boss. You guys have terrible ideas. What's next?
Yes. No, it's actually a psyop. He's really training the goats to take out protesters, but he just wanted to make a funny video while he was doing it. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this link list link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Then we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. And, of course, we're going to have to cut off Twitch before we raid out because Twitch tried to give us a strike over raids, so that's a thing. So if you'd like to join us for the Rumble raid, you guys can wander off of Twitch and come over to Rumble. Anyways, there's the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards that keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat is more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through really quick. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Let me see. Hair Juicer Fluffy Tribute. I will have to check that out. I'll check it out after the live. Thank you for letting me know, Hair Juicer. Guess I'm do that challenge next with the goats. I don't know. I don't even know where any goats are. They would rough me up. Matt Rogers, goats can be brutal. Yeah, I don't know. He was taking it like a champ. They were roughing him up for real. Guess I'm look like a package of butt plugs. They were explosive. They were prank plugs. Zero famous last words. Doesn't smell too hot. Yeah. It's a little spicy. It disabled my tongue. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. Oh, I appreciate you, Turbo. Pro Gun Twitch being a bitch. I know. Pro Gun, sue the hub. We'll make it a class action lawsuit. That's right. Do the thing. We're all going to get 32 doll hairs. Pro Gun, is it Brit Floyd? No. I can't remember what it's called. I'll see if I can look it up here in a second. Happy freedom to you, Hat the Cat. Thank you so much, Get Some, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Get Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says, happy birthday, Elder. That's right. Thank you, Get Some. What's up, Metal? Happy freedom to you. Let me look really quick if I can figure out what the Pink Floyd cover band was called. Echoes of Pink Floyd. That's what it's called. I knew it. Sold out performance across the Midwest. Oh, I guess they are bigger than I thought they were. Either way, it's called Echoes of the Pink Floyd. You should check them out because it's a good time. I had fun. Don't take too many mushrooms before you go, though, because it's scary. Anyways. Pro Gun. Yep, you're right. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom to you. Working and lurking. Don't work too hard. Thank you, Rappy. I appreciate you being with us. But I can see the smoke coming out of your ears. It didn't have too much bite, but it was hot. It was hot. What's up, Find It, Fix It? Happy freedom. Yeah, we were just talking about that, about Omar getting a little of the goat spray there. She's a big fan. It's a butterfly. Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, it's that time once again. It's got me talking with a lisp. That hot sauce burned my mouth or turned me gay. Anyways, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we're raiding over on Rumble. Who did we raid yesterday? I'm trying to remember. Was it the Rotella? I can't remember who we raided yesterday. My mouth is burning though. I remember that. Angel's live. Turbo's live. Oh, wait a minute. Turbo's live? Is Turbo on camera? Oh, he is on camera. We're raiding Turbo. We're going to raid Turbo. Oh, my mouth is still hot. That's what I told her. Let me see. We're going to raid the Turbo. That's right, Metal. Play ball. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Almost got a strike on Twitch because Twitch is gay. All right. We got to shut down Twitch because we got to do our raid. I'm sorry, all of you hooligans on Twitch. It's not my fault. It's Twitch's community guidelines, but you're welcome to join us over on Rumble if you want to participate in the raid. But I have to end the live for you guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow for the next Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, you're welcome to join us in the raid, but I got to end your live over on Twitch. So just give me a second here. We got to shut off Twitch, and then we're getting on with the raid. What's going on here, Rumble Studio? I need to turn off Twitch. There you go. All right, just give it a second here. Just got to pull the plug on Twitch. It was nice knowing you. There we go. All right, we are going to raid the Turbo. I think he's ready for us. I seen him take his pants off. Let me see. Boom. Hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding, you hooligans.
One left. Let's go! Yes! I said we just pulled a wing. I meant win. I said we just got raided. Is it gonna raid in? Is it gonna do the thing? Please do the thing. Let's go. We just won. Please do the thing. Why is it not doing the thing? It's supposed to do the thing. Hey, plastic. I don't know why I was trying to. I don't know why I was trying to talk to y'all in chat. Like, we're streaming. What am I doing? Wait, Jeff. Yeah, you sent me. You sent me to my own stream. I'm hearing myself. Hold on. I gotta pause that. Woo, hey. Yeah. That's worth a shot of. Wait. That's worth a shot of moon sign. Let's go, Tori, bro. You really. That's Downsy's Tori. Hey, you really fucking clutched it, dude. Last one with the win. Let's go. Turbo Inception. He said Turboception. Let's go. Hey, I appreciate that raid. Hey, I really wish I had my alerts set up. I don't know why they're not working. Listen, I'll just do a test. I'll do a test just so it comes through, because it should have came through. I don't know why it didn't. We'll do this.
Excellent.
Why can't I hear it? I don't know why I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it? Man, I spent so much time trying to set this stuff up to come through. Hold on. Hold on. Where's it at? In the audio? Yeah, my monitoring device is right here. Why am I waiting? Yeah, it looked like it came through, but I don't know why I did. Invited me to play a game. Invited me. Oh, wait, what's happening? Let me invite him back to the party.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. We've been trying to raid Turbo. It's got to be on the camera, and we caught him. We caught him while he was on cam. Either way, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow with more Coffee with Hooligans. Zero, live issues. Turbo feels your pain. Yeah, it happens. Meta. We raided, I think we raided Handy yesterday. We'll see. I'll at least tell him happy birthday. What's up, Draco? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I appreciate you, Zero. Thank you, MU. Alright, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow with more Coffee with Hooligans. We'll see what else it brings. Maybe we'll be covering the White House. We'll see. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys go enjoy your day. Stay warm. Find yourself some good food. Have fun and be safe. And I'm going to try and do the same. And like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow for more Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.